Hey guys, so what I'm going to be showing you a little bit about is one, how Wix works, like some of the basic things that you can do with Wix, um, and some of the things you'll need to know how to do. And also, I'm going to have you practice some of those things through the activity that you're going to be working with, just so you kind of get, if you haven't used Wix before, you get kind of the nuts and bolts about how things work. So once you're here and you've set up your account, which you probably should have by now, um, you are going to, let me actually adjust this window so you can see the full bar at the top. There we go. Is you'll notice, one, we're going to be going through a couple of things that are up here at the top, and also what you're going to be using from this menu over here, the sidebar. So first thing is this is my play page, my play site that doesn't look so great because it's just the one that I use to fiddle around with. So this is where you're going to go to add new pages to your site. If you've ever been to a website, you know you can click across the menu at the top. It takes you to different pages. This is how you're going to add this. And you'll have a couple of different pages on your site. You're not going to have a menu. You're going to delete the menu if it comes with your template, but you will need some pages. So I'm going to show you a couple of pages that you're going to have. So I'm going to go to Manage Pages, and this is where you add new ones. So you've got a couple pages you're going to have. Your first one is, and it'll pop up and it'll tell you like to give your page a name, and this is going to be your actual portfolio page. Click Done. And then if you click on these ellipses here, you're going to go to Settings. And there are some things here you can play with, you know, layout and things like that. Here you can hide it from your menu. I guess if you didn't want to have a wanted to not have, or wanted to keep your menu but hide your pages from it, you could do that, and then we just wouldn't be able to see them. So you would click this. What you're going to do with your portfolio page is set it as your home page, and that just means that's the page we're going to see. You're going to add a page for your digital essay, not for your annotated bibliography. That remains in your Google Doc. You're going to link that in from there, but we are designing your digital essay on the website. And lastly, your writing theory. And that is everything that you're going to have on your actual portfolio page. And I will throw this in. For the writing theory page itself, I gave people this, option before, and people still tend to want to make it on the portfolio, just because the designing, even though it's a little bit more tedious to design on Wix, it actually does tend to look a lot better, and people tend to, since they're already using the website, want to go ahead and do it. But if you would prefer and can neatly put your writing theory in a Google Doc and link it from there, I'm okay with that too. You just still have to make sure you're paying attention to like presentation and spacing and things like that. So I will, if you're watching this video, give you that option. But again, like 90% of the time, people still prefer to do it in the website itself. So this is where you go to play with your pages. This is where you go to change your page background. So when you're selecting like a theme and big like color schemes that go to all your pages, this is where you'll go. You can change your color. You can choose from, okay, so their colors. You can choose from their images. You can choose from videos. So like some of these with the little camera on it are videos. I think that's what I have in the syllabus. It's like a coffee cup and a person typing, I believe. So you can have like the moving backgrounds and things like that. And this is where if you want to have a scheme that goes to all your pages, which people typically do, you apply it to your other pages and it automatically does that. Some other things you can do, we'll talk a little bit about like contrast and stuff later, but one of the things to pay attention to are these grid lines. You don't want to put anything on the page outside of these grid lines, and it is just a suggestion because different screens are able to see different things. So it's just a guarantee. If you put it inside these lines, even though it looks weird on your screen, it ensures that me or anybody else seeing your site that I'm going to be able to see it. So let's see. You can also just add, so let's say you have a video background. I can click, if I click here, it's going to ask me to change the page background. And I can, it's still showing me like my video, but settings, I can put a pattern over it, or I can overlay a color. And that goes over the background. It just kind of changes the tone a little bit. You can also click design and it'll put a color just over your page. So notice a lot of the sample ones do this. And again, you might have to come back to this video a couple of times and look for tips from here, but you can change it. Sometimes this helps, and a lot of people choose this because if you have a video background or an image background, it's sometimes hard to read the text. So if you put something like this over top of it, we can not only see your background, it also gives us a buffer so that we can read your page a little bit better. So a lot of people use this, but here's where you go for that. This is your add button where you're going to add in pretty much all of the stuff to your page. You add in your text boxes here, and you can move these around. I'm going to show you how to get some of that fun wrapped text that you see on the some of the samples. You can add an image. I'll use one of these. We'll use inquiry. You can add a picture, their pictures, or your own. Let's see. I'm a paragraph. I'm just going to do this for the sake of showing you how this works. Okay, so say I want to wrap my text, like some of those fun video or samples that we saw. I can add for text, I can add a heading. That can be my title. I can set that where I want it to be. I can move my paragraph here. And I can, watch this. Oh, this is new, text ideas. That's cool. Okay. Oh, sorry. I got distracted. They're always adding new stuff. I can click on this and I can duplicate. Just going to drag this down. Spread it out. And this is how you get some of that nice, neat spacing that's in some of the pages. Because the one thing you don't want to do, and we'll talk about this when we get to design, is have these giant walls of text with lots of weird space and things like that. You want everything to be nice and even and well spaced. So that's just a tip for how you can do that. This is also where you're going to go to add. I'm going to say, so people do play with some of these other ones, but I'm going to show you how to do boxes is one thing you can do. You can put this actually, if you don't want to do the whole color like the blue that I have that I was showing you how to do, you can also add a box behind your text. And that also helps create a buffer. That's actually what I have on the syllabus. And you right click. Oh, sorry. And I believe you do send to back. Is that right? And it helps you be able to read the text. And the fun thing about these boxes is you can click design, customize. You can make them, you can change the opacity and the see-throughness, just like you can with that blue page background like I showed you. And then these boxes, you can very easily duplicate the boxes and put them behind all of your paragraphs very simply. So there's a couple of ideas. Videos and music. They have Wix. Let's see. We're not going to be using audio players. I mean, you can, but it's super distracting in actuality. You're going to go to single video players. You can do a video upload if you have your own. I believe you can also go, you should be able to go here and change the video. And you can add videos from a couple of different places, especially if you've like made your own. You can add YouTube from here. That's kind of the most common. Couple other things. The one thing with Wix is it's super fun. Like anything you can imagine your page to look like, you can do it. And I highly encourage people to kind of play around with stuff just to make it kind of fun. But at the same time, there's a lot of options. So sometimes that can be a little bit difficult because, you know, the more options you have, sometimes the more fun it can be, but the harder it can be also. You can also go down to embed. And here's why you would use this. If it's not a YouTube video, it's like a TED Talk. There's not an automatic like embed a TED Talk kind of option. So you would have to go down to embed. You'd have to go to embed a widget. Here's that kind of embed picture that lets you know you've got the right thing. And then you would have to go to like TED Talk and go to a share button, and see it has the same symbol here that you can use, embed. So you don't want to use the link, the www.ted.com words. You want to click here, got the weird code, copy that, paste it in there. It automatically gives you your video and you can adjust the size from there. Okay, I'm going to delete this. The last thing I'm going to show you is adding a link. So I'm going to go to here and edit this text. All right. According to the New York Times, blah, blah, blah. Let's say I'm introducing a source. I'm going to use this one instead just because it's already here. Click the link or copy the URL from the top, and you are going to highlight. It works the same way pretty much it does in Google Docs or anything else. This is super intuitive. Click the one that says link, you know, like you do. Now here's where it gets confusing because you have all these options for your links. You can have, you know, anchors. That's a little bit, you know, trickier. If you want to play with that, that's something else. But you're going to choose web address. Page is another page. So if you're wanting to link me to, like your writing theory from your homepage, which you will, you're going to choose the page that you want. And that links you within your own site. For this, you're going to choose web address. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong thing. I meant link. Sorry, copy. Forgot that part. Done. Now you'll notice it is not going to work on this page. You're going to have to go to preview, and then that shows you how everything works and shows you the website as it's going to look. And I believe that's everything. So on here, what I have is, actually let me get back to this first page I started on. This is just the image from Canvas from the activity that you're going to be working on, and it has my sample page here. I'll show you that in a minute. Here are the things you're going to be working on your website. You can add a new page, just like we practiced. It's a play page. It's not going to be part of your portfolio. You can hide it, delete it, whatever, after, you know, it's been checked and you finished it. But we're going to play with a couple of things on Wix, so you get some practice and some nuts and bolts and things like that. You can call this your practice page or play page or whatever. You're going to pick a unifying theme. So that's like you're going to have your, you know, background and your color scheme and all that kind of based off of it, kind of a topic. It can be dogs, an animal. It can be the color yellow or a color. It can be a sport. I mean, it's your topic. This is just for fun, so, you know, it doesn't matter. Just pick something that kind of ties everything together. You are going to, with that, like play with the color scheme and background that goes with it. You're going to add text. It can be any text you want to. I don't care. You can copy and paste from other places, whatever, but I want you to practice with several text boxes and practice like moving things around and spacing it. You're going to add a hyperlink to a news article or really any article that's external, not on your website. You're going to add an image. You are going to link that image. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to show you. Just go back here. Let me show you this really quick just so I don't miss it. Bear with me 1 second. You can fast forward through the thinking parts. Okay, so let's say you have your picture. Go to one that has a picture on it. Doesn't matter which one. Sorry, I told you the site's really ugly. This is where I go to play with stuff. How do I not have any pictures on any of these play pages? All right, I'm going to add one. Add. Image. I'm going to use one of their pictures. Oh, there it goes. All right, I'm just going to pick the book, because it's there. And I'm going to add it. And here's how you link it. Same way. This is super easy. So if you are citing pictures that you're using, you probably got it from a website. All you have to do is click here and copy and paste the URL the same way you do. So again, like pretty easy, pretty intuitive. I'm going to go back to here. So we did add the link, embed a video from YouTube, and then optional, practice with some other items that are on there, shapes, buttons. I believe buttons is another thing I maybe haven't showed you yet, and that's here. They're just fancy ways of getting links in. So like a button might be, let's see, change text, might be for your writing theory. So it might be one way you choose to do that, and you add a link to your writing theory. And then again, if you go to preview, that takes you to a new page when you click on it. So that's also what I mean by adding buttons. They're just cute pictures that give you a hyperlink to a new page. I'm going to show you my sample really quick. So if you click on that, I picked my favorite author because like nerd stuff. So I picked Louise Erdrich. So for mine I did a quote, and again this is like I did it kind of wrapped around the picture. You can click on her name and on the book. This is a video I included of an interview with her with a caption there. This is a image you can click on that goes to a place where you can read more about the book. So just a couple of things that you're practicing are there on my sample page. It took me about maybe 15 minutes to do that page. So this is, I mean, unless you're really struggling, this is probably a 15 to 20 minute activity. And then the last thing I want to show you is how you're going to get me a link. I do not want you to publish this site. It makes it public. That's not what we're doing. What you're going to do is, you see where I have this little green button up here where you click site. One of the cool things about Wix is that you can go to your site history. So if you log on and it seems like you're missing something, like something that you worked on, it automatically saves. You can go to your site history and you can go to your previous versions, view them, and you can restore from there if you feel like you're missing something. The other thing is you're going to go to site and you're going to go to get feedback. So when I click on here, this is the link you're going to send me. It's a link to basically like a preview version. So it works just like a published website would. I can see it and I can also make comments on it. So let me show you what I mean. I can go to your website and I can, well, I can add comments. Mia, love this, or love it, post, and I can move it to where on your page I want to make the comment. So I can actually make comments. We can make comments on your website like this, and it's really cool. And then when you go back to your page, you can go again here, get feedback, and you can view your comments on your website. And it's not public. No one has to see it other than people in class. All that. Yeah, cool. So you can see all this. You can click on them and read your comments. So that's how we're going to be doing this. So you're going to give me that link. So don't give me the URL at the top. This. When you're on your play page, don't give me this. It's going to say editor.wix.com. I can't access your website that way. all it's going to do is take me to my own login page. I won't be able to see your link. You have to go to Get Feedback and copy the feedback link. And that's the link you're going to be submitting for your website, is your feedback link. All right, so I'm going to turn you loose to kind of work on this. We're going to be playing with Wix a good bit. You'll be using it again for your digital essay and your portfolio. So we'll be doing a lot with it over the next, last part of the semester. So hopefully this will give you a good sense of how Wix works and give you a chance to kind of, play with everything. So, peace.